Inching closer to election time here in Texas, the 2021 constitutional amendment and joint election is on Tuesday, November 2nd this week, and Texans are going to be voting on a series of statewide propositions involving everything from rodeo raffles to taxes. Prop 3 would ban the state from prohibiting or limiting religious services, including those in churches and other places of worship. That's the proposition we're taking a closer look at tonight. It looks at religious services affected by the pandemic, and a vote will decide whether or not things go back to pre-pandemic normals. 12 News reporter James Grant is breaking it all down for us tonight.
Cam, Texans will vote on Proposition 3 Tuesday, and if passed, this amendment to the Texas Constitution would block the state government from prohibiting in-person church services.
We believed then that it was the right decision, and I still believe it was.
Just over a year ago, One City Church pastor Randy Felshaw made the decision to take his church's services back online as COVID numbers surged in Southeast Texas. Felshaw, like some church leaders around the state, had the ability to opt for virtual services, while others were required to close for in-person services due to local and state mandates.
This came during the pandemic when the governor issued some stay-at-home orders. And it affected churches too, and churches couldn't meet. And some conservatives were upset with this, so they want this amendment introduced.
Local political expert Thomas Tassinger says this issue stems from the pandemic. Some people took issue with the fact churches were still closed for in-person services, while businesses and other places slowly reopened. Tassinger believes a vote for Proposition 3 aimed at prohibiting the state government from restricting in-person church services would open the door for abuse of the law.
What if a church wanted to have a service at 3 a.m. with loud music, or let people park on the street in front of their facility? And then if the city or county tried to, change this, they'd say, well, hey, you're trying to limit our services. You can't do that.
Those against Texas Proposition 3 say it would make it more difficult to limit large gatherings such as in-person church services, especially in the event of another pandemic. However, proponents of the proposition, like Pastor Kenneth Bean with Beaumont's Oak Grove Baptist Church, believe it should be up to church leaders to make the call, not the government.
We should be looking to God for direction, as the scripture teaches us, and that we should make those decisions without the government having to be involved at all.
And Pastor Bean says he has navigated the pandemic, closing his church at times due to high cases and new variants without the government intervening. So he would support Proposition 3 in keeping things that way. James Grant, 12 News.